So right now, Mavs star Luka Doncic and Philly big man Joel Embiid are co-favorites for MVP.
The one person I would move up is KD, just because I think he's going to come out with vengeance next year.
Steph's got to be on that list.
Also throw out Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, and Devin Booker. But yeah, I'm with JJ. Steph Curry, how about the guy we all know?
Just a little bit. Zion Williamson, that's all I'm saying. If you like a long shot, okay, why not? Who knows?
I hired a scientist to develop an insanely smart mathematical program to determine the 2023 NBA MVP. How does it work? Who's the MVP? And how much am I going to bet at the casino? Now, before getting balls deep into how the program works, it's important to understand the criteria for winning the NBA MVP award. The NBA doesn't give us a definitive rule set, but historically, the player must first dominate the regular season. So they need to be a top 10 player in at least a few major statistical categories. Number 2, they must be on a winning team. Every single MVP in the last 35 years has been on an above 500 team, and only one player has been below a 60% team win rate, which was Russell Westbrook. Russ averaged a triple-double for the entire season, and his freak stats won him the 2017 MVP. And third, they must be popular. Now, this isn't quantitative like the other two categories, but in the past we've seen how popularity can impact MVP votes. Remember LeBron James in 2010?
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
LeBron outperformed Derrick Rose in nearly every statistical category in the 2011 season. But LeBron finished third in MVP voting. Granted, the Chicago Bulls won 4 more games than the Miami Heat, but LeBron's sinking popularity definitely affected the number of MVP votes he received. So who's the MVP? Obviously, Luka Doncic ranked really high in our calculation.
Here's Luka, float game. About 5. You got you. Good for 3. Here in the corner, Luka. That's the 6th turnover. Doncic catching bodies.
But you'll be surprised to see that Luka wasn't the number 1 or even number 2 ranked player. According to our statistical prediction, the top 5 players with the best chance of winning the 2023 MVP are Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, and then Luka Doncic. This list was created using a modeling program built from scratch. To make the model, we looked at 26 statistical categories for the top 3 MVP finishers every year since 1998. However, we looked at the year before the guy won the MVP to see if the previous season can actually be used to predict victory. The stats we used include basic stats like points and rebounds per game, and more advanced ones like win shares and PER, as well as where players ranked league-wide in each of those metrics. Basically, we used math to predict the next NBA MVP. To check our model for accuracy, we looked at the previous seasons to see if we could correctly predict the winner. In 2017, Russell Westbrook won the MVP with 888 votes. Harden was second with 753, and Kawhi third with 500. Our model predicted Russ to win with 881 votes. Not only that, but it said Harden would finish second with 770, and it had Kawhi third with 718. When evaluating the past 13 years, our model predicted the winner correctly out of the top 3 69% of the time. So, it's safe to say our top 5 2023 MVP list is solid. But clearly, numbers don't account for everything. In 1961 through 1962, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points and 25 rebounds on a 60% win rate team, and still lost the MVP to Bill Russell. Like I said before, team record, NBA narrative, and player popularity can drastically impact MVP voting. So let's analyze these for the 2023 season and narrow down our top 5 MVP contenders to a single player. He's not the most popular guy in the NBA, but our models love Nikola Jokic, and fans would absolutely rally behind him to witness history. First player to win 3 consecutive MVPs since Larry Bird. Incredible. However, I don't believe Jokic will overcome his 2021 to 2022 season stats now that Jamal Murray is back. He's going to get fewer shots, fewer minutes, and less usage. Last season, Jokic finished top 20 in usage rate percentage. Through 7 games this season, he's not even in the top 50. So that leaves Jokic with one option for winning the MVP. The Denver Nuggets must lead the Western Conference. But I'm not sure they can overcome the Phoenix Suns, the defending champs Golden State Warriors, or even Zion and the Pelicans. This season, the narrative around Kawhi Leonard is very supportive to him winning the MVP. Beloved Robot misses the entire NBA season due to injury, then comes back and dominates the competition. The only problem with this narrative is that Kawhi isn't laughing. I mean playing. The Clippers look good this year, but they aren't taking any chances with Kawhi's knee injury. Leonard has already missed multiple games and is frustrated. This is a bad start to a potential MVP run. I think the Clippers will keep Kawhi on load management all year long. So I don't think we're going to see his true potential until the playoffs. And the MVP is a regular season award.
Hey.
Kevin Durant is one of the most popular players in the NBA. Last season, Durant averaged 20.9 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. KD had everything going for him individually.
Durant.
KD. Monetization's been a thing of beauty.
Durant, sometimes it passes to Durant. Durant goes inside.
However, the Nets as a team in 2021 and 2022 sucked. They were expected to win 56 games and instead won 44. So when it came to last season's MVP voting, Kevin Durant received just 1 vote. This year, Kevin Durant faces the same problem. He's popular, he's going to put up MVP caliber numbers, but can the Nets win? Tough to say. There's a lot of turmoil in Brooklyn. But if KD, Kyrie, and Simmons can learn to play together and lead the Nets to 50-plus wins, Kevin Durant could win the 2023 MVP. And he would join Michael Jordan and Karl Malone as one of the oldest players in NBA history to win the award.
I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's popularity continues to soar in the NBA. Everybody roots for the guy who started from nothing and now through hard work is living his dream. Last year, Giannis averaged 20.9 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. He finished 3rd in MVP voting, and the Bucks finished 3rd in the East. Expect the same production, popularity, and team success this year. The only thing stopping Giannis from winning MVP is some other player breaking historic records and taking the title like Nikola Jokic did last year. And that player this year is Luka Doncic.
Left side of the floor. Luka's 3 is a ring. Going to take some Luka magic to save the possession. And that's what it is. Hurdle. Step back, Jacqueline. Rebound by Kleba. Oh, what a pass over the top.
Oh, Doncic!
Luka Doncic looks like your 2023 MVP already. All the fans love him. The Dallas Mavericks built their entire team around him. And after being called fat and falling short in the Eurobasket tournament this summer, Luka is proving to the NBA that he's the best player in the league now. This season, Luka has the highest usage rate percentage and the highest field goal attempt percentage rate in the NBA. Combine this with his basketball IQ and statistical efficiency, and you have your MVP winner. The only question is whether the Mavs as a team can outdo their preseason projection and win more than 50 games. That might be tough to do unless another All-Star emerges in Dallas. So, all signs point to Nikola Jokic, but the Nuggets need to steamroll the Western Conference. And the models couldn't have predicted the major drop in usage rate this season. So Jokic is out. Kawhi could be the guy, but he's on load management for the foreseeable future. So Kawhi is out. KD is popular and going to have an MVP caliber year, but the Nets as a team look shaky, so he's probably out. Luka Doncic is the heavy favorite. Fans love him and he's going to put up huge numbers all season long. But he ranks 5th in our program, and someone else on the Mavericks needs to step up and play like an all-star to push them over the 50-game win mark. So very begrudgingly, Luka Doncic is out. That leaves Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Giannis has everything going for him. The popularity, the winning team, and the individual drive to succeed. So that's where I'm placing my bet. If Giannis wins, he'll become the first player since LeBron James to win 3 MVPs in the same decade. And I make an easy 5x return on my money. Either way, the 2023 season looks like a ton of fun filled with stiff competition, NBA drama, and MVP highlights. But what do you think? Did the models or my analysis miss something? I'm sure it did. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed these longer videos, hit the subscribe button and tick the notification bell. I have a ton of awesome content coming out, and I always tailor my videos for the Henry Hoops audience. So if you don't want to miss out, hit the subscribe button.